Hello everyone! In this video, we've gathered simple and creative tips that will make the process of construction or renovation easy, cost-effective, and even enjoyable. From restoring coffee tables to giving your room a fragrant paint job. Enjoy watching! Before drilling a hole in the wall, measure the length of the anchor and mark it on the drill bit. For example, using tape or simple plastic clamp. This way, you won't have to drill multiple times, and you'll eliminate the risk of creating a window to the world, a hole leading to a neighbor's place, which they probably won't appreciate. If you need to measure something and mark it right away, it's convenient to use an office clamp. It turns your tape measure and marker into a versatile construction tool, plus it's harder to lose. Another ingenious device that should be at hand for everyone is a clothespin for wire stripping. Remove the wood cutting blade from a pencil sharpener and attach it to the part of the wooden clothespin that holds the laundry, if you use it for its intended purpose. Screw it on so that the blade slightly protrudes into the curved area of the clothespin. You'll get a very interesting wire stripping tool. Depending on the size of the clothespin hole or the blade's position, you can make wire strippers for different wire sizes. Holding one nail or screw in your teeth while hammering or driving another is not safe for your dental enamel. When working at heights, it's impossible to use both hands, such as when holding onto a ladder. So here is a great life hack. Tuck a small magnet under your glove or tape it to your hand, and it will hold your fasteners for you. Don't skimp on the bathroom door. Don't buy a door made of pressed wood fiberboard or worse, cardboard, because over time, the bottom of the door can swell from moisture. There are situations where you don't have access to a grinder or can't go buy one. You can easily shorten a bolt with everyday tools. Take a screwdriver and clamp the bolt into it. You can add nuts to limit the length, and then take any hacksaw in the other hand, carefully adjust the speed and cut the bolt. To minimize the risk of dust spreading around when drilling, simply attach a sticker to the wall where you plan to drill and fold it up. You have a pocket for collecting dust. Another method is to use a simple plastic bottle that will help you when drilling even on the ceiling. Cut off the bottom and make a hole for the drill bit, and the edges that touch the wall can be sealed with fabric or felt, whatever you have on hand. It's not a perfect method and some dust might still escape, but this simple contraption will save you a lot of time on cleaning up. Driving a nail may seem simple, but it does require some skill. If you're trying it for the first time, it can be tricky and painful. To keep the nail steady, use a comb and secure it in the teeth of the comb. Now you can hammer confidently without worrying about hurting your fingers. Screwing metal into wood can be challenging, especially if you don't have wood screws at hand. In such a situation, regular household soap can come to the rescue. Rub the screw with the soap and then screw it in easily. If you have a short extension cord and you need to connect a couple of them together, especially for outdoor use, you can protect the connection points from moisture using a special plastic box. However, you can easily replace it with a regular food container or even a bottle. Simply make holes at the corners of the food box or bottle, connect the plug and socket of the two cords, and place the connection in the container. Close it with the lid. The box is ready to use. While it may not withstand heavy rain, it will protect the extension cords from dew and splashes, and applying some sealant will increase its water resistance. To cut ceramic tiles without chipping, soak the tile in water for a few hours. Then carefully score along the marked line using a glass cutter or tile cutter. Apply gentle pressure to the edge, aligning the scored line with the edge of your work surface. If you have a small apartment where every shelf takes up living space, or if you simply want to make things beautiful and practical, a pull-out windowsill is a great life hack. You can create a workspace and store small items in a hidden shelf. The number of shelves is limited only by your needs, and you can utilize the entire windowsill space. When drilling holes near electrical outlets or switches, there's a risk of hitting wires with your drill. You can find hidden wiring in the wall using an unusual method. Take a regular radio receiver and set the frequency to 100 Hz. Use the sound to detect the location of wires in the wall. You can also try using a voltage tester. Hold it with the opposite end facing the wall, and if there are wires close to the surface, the tester will light up. Another convenient tool is a magnetic screwdriver bit. But what if you don't have one? Attach a small magnet to a screwdriver bit and it will benefit from the unique properties of magnetic fields, securely holding the screw on the tip of your screwdriver. To avoid soaking your brush after every use with paint or other building materials, simply wrap it in a plastic bag and secure it with tape to prevent air from entering. If you have a liquid mortar and need to evenly spread it over a large surface, try this life hack. Take an iron or plastic bucket, or even one from construction mixes. Create multiple holes at the bottom of the bucket, spacing them evenly. Pour the mortar into the bucket and quickly distribute it using smooth movements. This method will save you time on cleanup and help distribute the mortar more evenly. To minimize the number of holes in your wall when arranging a composition of photos or paintings, start by arranging the frames on a sheet of newspaper or drawing paper. Trace the outlines of the frames with a marker and mark the spots for the screws or nails. Then attach the paper template to the wall and drill holes for the fasteners through it. If you have many holes to make and are worried about losing track, you can simply mark the future holes with a drill bit or a nail. Sometimes you might need to mix paint or resin and you don't have a mixer attachment for your drill. In such a situation, you can use the following life hack. Take plastic zip ties and the longest drill bit you have, tighten them at different levels and cut them to fit the size of your container. In a matter of seconds, you can mix as if you had a construction mixer. To prevent the drill from jumping and to make precise holes, you can simply take a piece of painter's tape and mark the necessary levels on it. Then you can drill or screw without making mistakes in your markings. If you don't want to clean your paint tray after every use, wrap it in aluminum foil. For added reliability, use several layers. After your painting work is done, carefully remove the foil, roll it up, and dispose of it. Your tray will look brand new. You can also use plastic bags or plastic wrap, but make sure there are no holes so the material won't slide or tear. By stretching a rubber band over the paint can, you can easily remove excess paint from your brush. This keeps the edges of the can clean and prevents paint drips in your work area. You can make a rubber band from readily available materials, like cutting the edge of a rubber glove, for example. You don't need to be doing construction to find yourself in a situation where you need to drive a nail. This useful skill comes in handy in various situations, such as hanging a shelf or a picture, fixing a chair, and so on. To speed up the process, seasoned craftsmen recommend dipping the nail tip in vegetable oil before hammering it. In the world of construction, there's a well-known trick to strengthen cement and improve its bonding properties, adding a bit of sugar to the cement mixture. Believe it or not, the results will pleasantly surprise you. If you need to secure plastic pipes in a bathroom, for instance, so they don't wobble, you can use ordinary zip ties and wooden plugs. Drill holes in the wooden plugs and corresponding holes in the wall. Then pass the zip ties through the wooden plugs and insert them into the wall. The plugs act as secure anchors, preventing the ties from pulling out. Trim the excess and you're left with a neat and reliable solution. To avoid drilling new holes for pictures or shelves after wallpapering, if you don't plan to move them, insert small nails or screws into each hole before applying the wallpaper. Once the wallpaper is dry, run a magnet over the wall to locate the nails or screws. Anyone who has worked with plaster knows how quickly it can harden. While this is often advantageous for builders, when you need to fill many small gaps, you might want to look for ways to extend the life of the mixture. In this case, a trick with milk, or even better with PVA glue, can help. By mixing plaster with PVA glue, you can prolong the setting time and increase the strength of the final compound. You can easily eliminate scratches and scuffs on dark wooden furniture using regular coffee. Take a tablespoon of instant coffee powder and add a few drops of water to create a paste-like consistency. It's easiest to apply this paste to the wooden surface using an old toothbrush. Thoroughly prime the wall. Remember that without proper priming, your decorative work may not hold and the entire decoration may come off. Mark out the future bricks. To do this, use reinforced tape about 1.5 cm wide. You could also use painter's tape. Begin by applying horizontal lines, making sure to extend the tape beyond the wall's edge. You'll use these ends to pull later. After that, you can add vertical strips. Prepare your plaster and apply it to the wall. Apply it gradually to avoid problems. If you plaster the entire wall at once, the mixture will dry before you can remove the tape. To remove the tape, it should be done within 5 minutes for easy removal. Afterwards, simply paint it in the color of your choice, and you'll have a realistic brick finish. While large surfaces are easily painted with a roller, more intricate work requires a paintbrush. To soften the bristles and make them more pliable for detailed work, professionals recommend dipping the brush into boiling vinegar for 1 to 2 minutes. This will remove any stiffness. Installing a warm floor system in a bathroom is a common practice. However, we want to expand your horizons and suggest new uses for this technology. What's stopping you from installing a warm floor system in the wall of your bathroom where towel hooks are planned? That's right, nothing is stopping you, and the benefits are clear. Firstly, the interior won't be marred by an odd-shaped towel dryer that takes up space. Secondly, the bathroom will feel even warmer and cozier. You probably know that opening windows during wallpaper application and drying is strongly discouraged to avoid bubbles and wallpaper peeling. However, if bubbles do appear, you can get rid of them with a simple syringe and a thin needle. Carefully puncture and remove excess air. To visually expand a room, all tricks are good. One such trick is using light tones for room decoration. Light-colored paint, wallpaper, flooring, and even furniture can visually add several centimeters to the room. The advantages of washable wallpapers can be discussed at length, but they do have one significant drawback. Under the direct rays of the sun, they can release harmful substances that negatively affect human health. To avoid exposing yourself to this danger, do not hang such wallpapers on the sunny side of your apartment. A tile that has come loose from the overall picture can not only ruin the mood of homeowners, but also detract from the overall impression of the quality of a renovation. To securely and durably reattach it to its rightful place, use liquid silicone. Of course, this trick takes a while to dry, but it's very strong and budget-friendly. After moving furniture on carpeted surfaces, heavy objects often leave behind dents. If you don't plan to relay the carpet, you can get rid of these marks by using ice cubes. Place the ice cubes on the dent, and when they melt, vacuum the area first and then use a toothbrush to lift the pile. A classic problem arises when you need to screw something into a hard-to-reach place, and it's impossible to use both hands to hold and turn the screw at the same time. A magnetized screwdriver can help, but it's not always available, and even with it, you may struggle to keep track of the screw, especially when it's in an inconvenient position. In this situation, a small piece of hose or a drop of instant glue on the tip of the screwdriver can come to your rescue. It securely holds the screw in place and allows for maneuvering. Place a regular fork on the nail in the wall so that its handle bends towards you. Then simply hook the loop of your picture onto it and let it hang down. Once the picture is in its rightful place, remove the fork. That's it! Your picture or frame is securely on the wall. We hope these life hacks simplify your construction and renovation projects, because big accomplishments always start with small details, which we've tried to make a bit easier for you. Thanks for watching.